Have you ever wondered how to maintain or have healthy, perfect locks? In this video, I'll share my top tips and advice on how to help you achieve and maintain the healthiest locks possible. So before I begin, let me just give you a background story on my client here. He works in construction, so which means he's in direct contact with sand and dust, and this is actually his first professional retwist for the year. And you can stick around to see how we got his hair from sandy and dirty to clean and well maintained. So let's get into those tips. Let's begin with those tips. Firstly, I'd say wash your hair regularly. Cleanse your scalp regularly to prevent buildup and maintain freshness of locks at all times. Secondly, use residue-free shampoo. Choose a shampoo specifically for locks to avoid residue buildup over time. Rolling or retwisting your locks. Regularly roll your locks to keep your new growth tight and neat, keeping your locks fresh at all times. Avoid over manipulation of your locks, which means limit the excess twisting to prevent breakage. When you constantly twist and twist your locks, eventually your lock can detach from your new growth if it's too much for your hair to handle. For people that have and are trying to maintain healthy, lush locks, I would say our next tip leads us to moisturizing. Moisturize. To keep your locks hydrated with natural oils or moisturizing products to prevent dryness. Having dry locks over time can lead to breakage or your locks dropping and falling off over time. And with moisturizing your locks, the next thing would be to protective style your hair. Having your hair in a protective style keeps your hair free from dirt and residue from the air. It keeps your locks from being polluted. In conjunction to that, consider wearing a scarf or durag to protect your locks while you are sleeping to prevent your hair from unraveling. Also, another thing to note is that you can actually maintain your locks neatness by doing this one simple thing. Change out your regular cotton pillowcases to a satin pillowcase. It is ideal for maintaining healthy and moisturized hair over time. Now, the next tip is consider trimming your locks. And you may or may not want to cut your locks. However, trimming loose hairs and split ends to maintain lock shape is ideal for healthy and luscious locks. Over time, with heat and the environment around you, your locks become dry, and if you are not in schedule with moisturizing and oiling your hair, then you become prone to a lot of split ends over time. And as you can see here, my client has some dry, very dry hair because of the environment that he works in. He works in an environment that exposes his hair and himself to dust and just heat in total. So by that, he does experience some sort of dryness with his locks. But because this is his first professional retwist for the year, we are taking it a bit slow on his lock journey. And over time, we are going to get there with improving the quality of his locks. Now, the next thing with having locks is that you are going to need to maintain patience. Your locks are going to take time to mature, so be patient and embrace the journey. It is a journey with locks, and in order for you to have healthy and happy locks, you are going to need patience with yourself and with your hair. because you're going to want to experience rapid change in your lock journey. But if you're not following some of the previous steps mentioned, you can deter yourself from having healthy locks. So have a little patience, embrace the journey, and learn your hair and learn yourself and all the products that are going to help you along the way with maintaining healthy and happy locks. Now, we've spoken a lot about maintenance throughout this video thus far, and that brings me to my next tip: having a maintenance routine. With ourselves, once we have a routine down pat, we eventually fall into a healthy lifestyle routine. That is, if your routine is healthy. And it goes to say, if you do have unhealthy routine and habits, you are going to have an unhealthy lifestyle. So your hair is no different from your lifestyle. Your hair is a part of you. And maintaining a healthy and happy routine for your locks is key and ideal to your lock journey. Establish a regular maintenance routine, whether it be with yourself if you're doing this at home, or if you prefer to visit a hairstylist or a loctician. Maintain that routine that you and they would have set up so that your hair becomes accustomed to knowing what is being a proper cleansed, to what is being a proper retwist, to what is being protective styling, and also upkeep of your natural locks. And a regular maintenance routine would be tailored or should be tailored to your hair type and your lock type to keep your locks looking and being their best self. So if it is you want to maintain having happy and healthy locks, all these tips that I previously mentioned are going to help you along your journey. So remember, one of the key elements in all of this is to have patience with yourself. And my client here is on a journey to growing his locks really long, and now I know we do have some lock repairs to do. However, we are taking it slow and we are taking our time. Our lock journey is about patience, having patience with ourselves and having patience with our hair. So you are going to see more of my clients, and at his next appointment I will show his regrowth improvements and how he would have maintained his hair and his lock styles over time. Now, I advised my client, because he was attending an event, I advised him to put on a wave cap and then put a durag over his protective style in order to maintain this style over time. For this style, I used rubber bands and hairpins to secure his protective style. And yes, he does have some short locks and uneven locks within his hair. However, this appointment was about 1, cleansing his scalp and cleansing his locks, 2, retwisting that new growth into his locks that he already has, and 3, protectively styling his hair to maintain that retwist and prepare him for his weekend event that passed. Men also deserve to have their hair looking neat and trimmed and very clean. So I will encourage both men and women, but mostly men at this point, to tap into your hairstylist schedule regularly. If you are not sure on how to take care of your locks, but you are willing to learn about it, tap into their routine for your hair. And like I said, all locks and hair types are different. So what might work for my client here is not necessarily going to work for you. but establishing and maintaining that routine to get your hair accustomed to the maintenance. And if you are soft or tender scalp or have a tender scalp, establishing a routine is going to also help you with that. Also, choosing styles that best suits you and how you may sleep is also crucial in the way you style your locks. So have that conversation or that consultation with your hairstylist to better improve your lock journey over the coming years. And like I mentioned previously, I used mostly pins and rubber bands to secure this style because he did have some short locks in between, but we did not do a complete lock repair. We just did a wash, retwist, and style with his new growth that he had. And here you would just see me making sure that each of the locks are secured to ensure that nothing sticks out or pokes out at him. And when you are putting pins into your locks, I would say play around with the positioning of the pins to ensure that you are comfortable and no pins are actually sticking you when you go to lie down at night. And here you're just seeing me just sort of retouching with the jam that I used to ensure that I have all that regrowth and all that new growth into the twist very securely. And I like to make sure there are no hair looming out at all. So I am using my comb to ensure that I pull everything back into that retwist, because it is very crucial to ensure that your new growth is within the lock so that over time it gets longer and it locks itself into the lock itself. That is if you prefer not to use the crocheting or use the locking tool to actively lock your hair. I had so much fun doing this retwist because I enjoy seeing the transformation, and I enjoy seeing when persons take pride and pleasure in taking care of themselves and by extension their hair. Your hair is a part of you, and it does tell and play a crucial role in how you look and how you appear to society and how you also feel about yourself. So I was happy, my clients was happy, and I think this was a very successful hairstyling video and also transformation for my clients. Look at how that retwist just looked so clean and so neat among his hair. And here I'm just using a sheen spray to then further moisturize his scalp and moisturize his locks. Let me just say this, my client was absolutely amazed by the end result of his hair, and this is our final results here. Let me know what you all think down in the comments about this retwist and this hair transformation. Thank you for sticking with me all the way through the end of this video.